What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson. Today, we have the very first episode of Trading with Jordan and E. This is my boy, Jordan Caps. He's a great trader. We both have passed the FTMO challenge. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up about that. You saw my video. He is another trader that has passed that. Jordan, thank you for joining this, this channel. We're definitely going to provide a lot of gems for people out there in the trading community.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. If you don't know E, he just dishes out gems. Y'all, if you follow him, if you listen to him, I promise you'll be successful. I've known him for a little bit now. We gotta kind of have the same background. We used to play basketball. I might still play a little, but yeah, he just drops a lot of gems. With trading, me and him trade gems all the time about what he sees and what I see. So definitely listen up, pay attention. You will learn a lot of stuff, and we'll try to keep it as simple as possible because trading can be hard if you make it hard. So
exactly. Yeah, guys. So trading, it's definitely a journey. It's a lot of psychological factors that come into play. So we're going to talk about discipline. We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to give a little bit of our trading strategies, even though, everybody has their own viewpoint. But this channel now is going to be a way for you guys to come, learn from us, also give your input. We'll also have sessions where we can bring people on, talk on the podcast, talk about trading, do some weekly analysis, but we just want to, share our journey and reach out to you guys. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into my screen. So I'll show you guys what I've been looking at this week. Let's see. Okay. So the way that I trade is I trade a few pairs. I trade GBP USD, USD CHF, and Euro USD, but I trade based off of the dollar index. So this right here was my markup on Sunday night, and I pretty much I call them routes. I call them route running when I do my trades. I make a direction where I anticipate the market, and then also I have my resistance lines that I mark up on the 4-hour and the daily. And I believe that the dollar was going to be losing value this week. So I had it marked up to drop, obviously come back because the market doesn't just go in one area and then keep pushing down. As you guys can see, I never really made that decision yet, but I was able to get some good trades in. So when the dollar index is dropping, that's a key indicator that I'm looking for buys in GBP USD. So before the week actually started, I had it marked up that it's either going to do one or two directions. It's going to drop, and if it drops, I'm going to wait for that pullback and then enter, or it's going to push up, wait for the pullback, and then enter again. So it finally made its decision, and I had some strong closes to the upside. It came back, and this was a key indicator that it was going to push up. Now, when I trade, I like to do the Fibonacci retracements, and I like to trade at psychological bank levels. So that's going to be the 200 area, which you guys can see right here. The 200 area, price is reacting right here. It's like a magnet. Price moved up, slammed down to the 200 area, and then shot up. The next area is going to be 500 and then 800 as well. So right here, 800, we had some sort of collection right there, and it pushed up almost to the 500 level and then slammed down. Now, tomorrow we do have NFP, so I'm not going to be trading. My week is pretty much done. We'll go ahead and jump over to FTMO. I just started this challenge. Right now, I'm up 2,000. My trading percentage is at a 66 win rate. I started off the first day with an L. The second day was good, and then the third day, today actually, I resulted in $2,000 profit. So my goal is to hit 10,000 to pass. You got to do 10% in 30 days. And I'm just going to take it day by day pretty much.
could you go back to your chart for a second?
Yeah.
So what he was explaining when he was talking, notice how he was waiting for price to shoot out of that support or resistance area or consolidation, whatever you want to call it. And he was waiting for the retest. I think a lot of people get confused, like when it breaks consolidation or a key level, they try to get on the first move. And then that's when it goes right back to retest, and then you're in a hella drawdown. Exactly. I think as traders, you have to be patient and wait for the retest, because it does happen more often. I would say 80% of the time it does happen. Now, sometimes it just takes off, and it just takes off and you miss the move. It's okay. You
Mhm.
literally have another trade the next day or whatever pair you trade. But he waits for the retest. So you have to wait. You have to be patient because it might spike up, but it will retest off that area most of the time. And when you wait for that retest and it gets to that area again, you probably will see 1 to 5 pips at most drawdown. So I think
Exactly.
that's important too. Like when just this example right here, it did come back and retest. And if you took it when it first initially went out of that consolidation or that key area, and
Mhm.
you thought you were gonna, you know what I'm saying, be a profit, you would have been in hella drawdown because you were just impatient. So wait for the retest, guys. Please, please,
Yeah.
please wait for the retest.
Yep. So now that my trading week is done, $2,000 profit, I'm gonna just clear my screens, guys. I like to have damn near naked calendar, not calendar screens, so that way I can properly view and not be biased on last week's vision. So Jordan, go ahead and tell them a little bit about your strategy and some advice you would have for them on passing the FTMO challenge.
Well, I did pass the FTMO challenge, but literally, guys, it was an emotional roller coaster. I think there was one time because you on the 100K challenge, you can only have drawn on a 5,000, I believe, if I remember,
Per day, yeah.
per day.
Yep, 10,000 total.
Guys, I was in drawdown 4,500,
Mm-hmm.
4,500, and I was panicking. I ain't gonna lie, but I stayed in the trade because I trusted my analysis, and it did eventually turn around, and I
Mm-hmm.
came back in profit, or a little in profit, or I think I was down maybe 500. But trading is an emotional roller coaster if you let it. If you can't control your emotions, then you can't. But I did end up passing. Um, I didn't trade a long time. I would say I traded maybe a few months, maybe 4 months, and I was able to pass. Now it takes people way longer to pass, but everybody has a different road too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get caught up on social media, people posting their profits, because you might just be starting out, right? They might be on year 7 of trading, and obviously it's way easier for them. So I think people get caught up in that game too, of looking at somebody else's profits and thinking that can happen for you right off the bat. Trading is not that. I promise you it's not. It's literally day in, day out work, trial and error, trial and error. You will only learn from trial and error. But yeah, I mean, my story was kind of crazy because, like I said, I did almost fail it, but I did end up passing. And they do a lot of interviews on FTMO, and they reached out to me to get an interview with me, which I was really shocked because I mean, I was making like 10K a month, whatever, but some people were making like 20, 40. But
Mm-hmm.
then again, like I just said, it's your race, it's your journey through trading. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know what they saw special in me, but I was grateful for the opportunity to share knowledge with people. But it's something that can really change your life if you take it serious. Just say you make money from trading 10,000 and you still have a job. You could use that money to buy other assets, which he is super big on, and he has multiple streams of income. So I did take that money and I used it for other stuff. Like now I have a business. Now I just started my second business. I should be doing 6 figures this year in my first business. And then it's just using that money as extra money to build other assets to make you more money while you're still trading.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
so when you have trading, trading can become a job, but I would say let it only become a job if you really make it 2, 3, 4, 5 times what you making at your job. But you got to be careful too, because when you get so successful in trading, when you making all this money, you still have to have risk management because you could lose it all. But then again, you're playing with house money because you only paid what 500 or 1,000 for the
$6. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the
for
trick
the
of the FTMO.
yeah, for the challenge. So you're really playing with house money if you'd have made a couple thousand your first
Yeah.
payout. So you really got the account for free, but be smart with it when you start to get on a roll. Don't try to you make 10,000 a month. Okay, you can make 10,000 next month. Don't try to make 20, 40. Now that's the goal. But if
Yeah.
you're rushing it and if you out of character, if you're not playing like how you played to make the first whatever money you make, then you shouldn't be trying to risk all that because that's a lot of money to lose like right off the back. And I promise you, You
Mhm.
can make all that in a month and you could lose it in two
Bro,
trades.
the first one, I remember when I first started, I turned $500 to 16,000. This was no FTMO. This was just my own capital. And I lost it all immediately. I was on top of the world. I left all my money in my account. I was
Yeah.
like, it's better to have more money because if I get in a drawback, yada, yada, yada. And I lost it all, bro. So trading
Yeah.
will definitely humble you. It's literally you versus you in the market. Like, you're the one who's making the decisions to buy, sell, take profit, stop loss. Once you can control your emotions, that's when you'll take that next step in trading. Like,
Yeah.
anybody can analyze a chart. Like, there's so many different strategies, but if you can control your emotions, get rid of fear of missing out, get rid of greed, learn how the markets operate, you'll definitely be successful in trading.
Yeah. And I think the one important word that you said was greed. Um, have a take profit limit for the week, for the day, for the month, whatever. And if you make that, great. But don't try to say you want to make 500 a day. Some days the trade might get to 1,000. It might run 1,500. But if you're consistently making 500 a day, 90% of America don't even make that.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna get 100 more, 200 more. Cause then that's when it dropped and you down to $50 in profit and now you mad. But it's all on you. Like Eric said, you control everything. You control your take profits, your stop losses, when you want to take out or when you want to get in the trade. So don't be greedy. Have a limit set for yourself. I would say every day you want to make 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever. And this is just, if you still have a job, this is just money on top of.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get greedy when you making extra money on top of that you didn't make before. I think a lot of people get greedy, like, oh, I'm making more money, so I just might keep going in, and you will lose it all. And then don't like put everything into trading. Like, wait till you're super, super consistent because it does have its peaks and valleys. Even for the best traders, a lot of people have taken months off, or some people have taken years off, and these are people who made hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And it's just, it'd be sometimes it's just not your month,
Mm-hmm.
not your week, not your day.
Exactly.
So that's what you have to understand too, I would say.
Yeah. And I will also say, like you mentioned a lot, it's your own road. Like when I first started out and I was new to Forex about 5 years ago, I was hopping in all these Telegram groups, like just learning different strategies, being
Wasting
in
bread.
these huge communities, signal groups. Like you're the only way you're really going to be satisfied as a trader is if you're placing your own trades and it's just you. Yeah, it's good to communicate your trades, but like if you have a friend that trades as well, give them updates like, hey, my week is going good, this and that. But like you shouldn't be biased on the chart, like based off of somebody else's opinion. You got to make your own opinion in the market and stick with it because it's going to be your trading plan and you have to execute. If not, you're not really going to be trading. You might as well just have somebody manage your account at that point.
And then it's a thing about relying on people. No one likes to rely on people in anything in life. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know people who just be out there asking, like, and they love doing that. Everybody wants to have something for their own. And guys, I've done the signals, all this stuff Eric talked about. I spent hella bread on it. And then when you lose a trade and it's in the signal group and you get mad at them, but that's not how it works. You can't get mad at them. People be like, can I get my refund, this and that? You take trading on your own. And if you do use the signal group, just use it as a reference. That's what I kind of do. Like, I don't do signal groups anymore, but when I did and I stopped copying their trades, I just used it as a reference. Like, why do they see this? Why are they putting out this signal? Like, what do they see? So if you are using it as if you are in a signal group, use it just as a reference to match up with what you have. So it's just like an add-on, but don't use their stuff because you will get mad if it's a bad trade. I promise you.
The only type of groups that I recommend getting into is like motivational groups and accountability groups because if people are giving you different signals and analysis, you might see a buy and you got the whole group saying sell and then it ends up being the buy and you're going to be mad like we've been saying. But if you're just in a group and everybody's like, hey, stick to your trading plan, I hope everybody has a great trading day. You know, remain focused. Don't be greedy. Things like that. That's good for you. Like all these things are good. So, you know, trading probably is about 80% mindset. It's psychological as hell for sure.
And then those groups that Eric is talking about, it really be the free groups that'll probably help you more than the paid groups, I promise you, because they just gonna put out signals. They're not gonna really like talk with you, because a lot of people in the free groups are eager for the information and they didn't pay. So there's like, oh, I could be in here and whoop-de-whoop. But if you be in a paid group, you kind of have rules and regulations where you can't chat here, you can't chat there. It's just kind of like a signal thing. But in the free group, everybody could talk. Everybody could see what this person's saying. And like I said, you're just kind of taking bits of what people are saying and then implement it into your trading style. Because at the end of the day, you're trading. You're the only person trading the market, you in the market. So most of the time, it really be the free groups that'll kind of help you more. Because a lot of people be charging, you know what I'm saying, whatever, this and that, 10, 20 bands, and you doing 2 years in that group and you ain't learned that yet.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Well, all right, you guys, that's it for me this week. I'm done trading now because tomorrow we got NFP, which is non-farm payroll, and it's going to be pretty volatile. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with a positive week. Next week, we'll get after it. Take you guys through the journey. And if you guys like this, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We're going to be coming out with videos weekly. Thank you.